Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 here of the CyberGamer Grand Finals between both We Always Slay Pinoys. I had to think of that S for a minute there. But they are going to be here on the Legion going up against Team SureFire Gaming. This is game number 2. We just did see Team SureFire Gaming with a big push strat actually failing, which didn't actually do them any good. So WASP is up 1-0 with that dominant play by the Mage Bane, and they will be taking, I think they had first ban here, but right now they are into the picks. So talking about picks and bans, Simba is with me here yet again, here from GameReplays.org. And Simba, do you think you can go over some of the picks and bans here?
Yes, can. We've got, you can see Swiftblade, Slither, Sandwraith, Dr. Repulsor, Bombardier, Thunderbringer, Gladiator, and Pestilence all banned. And Empath and Myrmidon were both auto-banned, agreed upon, and I believe it was in the rules also. And those are pretty... Ooh, excuse me. Those are pretty straightforward bans. Not too different from what we saw last time. I think they banned Slither. Slither was used by tSFg last time to somewhat decent effect. It didn't, work out for him, obviously, but he rolled out the Ward Battalion, as Jester said a few times. And Pest, surprising, but Pest is a very solid hero. That negative 15 armor, True Sight can really give you a lot of problems, especially when, as last time, tSFG took Madman. So maybe we'll see that again. Who knows? The rest of them, pretty straightforward, what we saw last game. Nothing too surprising. As for picks, Soul Stealer, solid mid-hero. Bubbles Andro, all around very, very good heroes. Witch Slayer, Pharaoh. We're seeing standard picks, standard good heroes. Nothing too surprising, really.
No, we will just be waiting for... Ooh, there's the Soul Stealer going to Slicks, who actually has the top hero played of Soul Stealers. So that's going to be very interesting. Most likely, 99.9% sure, he'll be going mid, because typically that's what most good people do with a Soul Stealer. I have seen some loops thrown there, but yep, not going to be seeing that. Now, for the bans, who banned Slither? It was WASP. And WASP... actually, I don't know why they banned him, because, tSFG, they had that Slither, and it didn't really do them that well. So I'm a little curious as to why WASP was afraid of this Slither, considering, the push build just didn't work that well. So I have to think that they have another build in mind, and it is going to be centered around the Soul Stealer. They do got the bubbles, so they already have that side lane hero picked. So it's all going to come down to Andromeda, Demented Shaman, look at that, and a Legionnaire. So... Jungle Legionnaire or Babysat Legionnaire? I'm a little curious because I have not seen a Legionnaire in top competitive play in quite a while. So I'm throwing a little bit of a loop here, Simba.
Yeah, that is one of those more surprising ones. But you lane Legionnaire with Demented Shaman, and you get wonderful things happening. Then again, Legionnaire would also do well with Bubbles and Andromeda and Demented Shaman. Some negative armor with some really powerful heals, because you got to be real careful of that. If you try to kill either Andromeda or Demented Shaman too early, when the creep wave's on you, it's just so painful. That heal hurts so badly. And if you got Taunt and Spin, the great thing about Taunt especially is that it forces the creeps and the heroes to attack you, obviously. But because it does this in HoN, I don't believe it did this in Dota, but the creeps are like, hey look, there's a hero attacking Legionnaire, and so they go and they swarm around that enemy hero, and bam, you get a big DS heal for 5, 6, 7, 800 damage, and it's painful.
It's kind of like having a free mummy wall, but they're made of creeps and not dead. But yeah, we do have, speaking of mummy walls, Pharaoh on Roger Dodger this round. And that's going to be solidifying the lineup here on the Hellborn. Let's just go over that quick. Witch Slayer, the Pharaoh, Glacius, Flint Beast, who had a big favorite of mine, and the Forsaken Archer. Flint Beast was probably going to be their big carry, but we are going to be remaking and jumping back into the game. So we will catch you guys there as we go live here with the CyberGamer Australian Grand Finals, game number 2. Game number 2 of the CyberGamer finals between both WASP and SureFire Gaming. I'm the Four Court Jester. With me is Simba on our camera. This time around is going to be Snoopy. So drop him a line and say thank you very much for that wonderful present of his that the people call internet. And we are going to be back to the game. So we did remake right here to the picks. So if they could pick it up anytime, that'd be good. We are going to be going live, not Scout, Roger, Troll. As alright, so we were going over the lineups. We do have the Forsaken Archer, Flint Beastwood, Glacius Witch Slayer. It's supposed to be a Pharaoh. There we go, there it is, Pharaoh. And that is going to make up here tSFg. tSFg is down one game as they have lost that first to WASP. WASP with that very deadly Mage Bane. I love how the glow only goes to the first line, a little bit left for the coding there. But we are now in the game, and the game is going finally. Woo! Game number 2, 5 a.m. here in Canada, and I am not wired at all, I swear.
And New Jersey too. Well, it's only 4 a.m. for me, so take that. But yeah, we've already gone over the picks and bans a little bit, but I don't think we talked too much about tSFg's choices. Pretty straightforward. I suspect probably it looks like tri-lane with FA, but Flint's going up there too, and it looks like again Pharaoh bot. Wait, no, it was WASP that did Pharaoh bot last time, and now tSFg's doing it. Trixie. They were getting caught by their whole team, but they don't have anything to keep him there, so not too big of a deal for Pharaoh.
We don't even have a taunt on Legionary yet. Not that you should take taunt on level 1, but yep, they found that Pharaoh who ran away like a sissy girl. Not a bad idea at all. And yeah, the lanes are a little weird right now. They are kind of just roaming and ganking in force. I can't imagine that Forsaken Archer is going to be in the same lane as a Flint Beastwood unless they really want that Witch Slayer to go mid. I mean, Witch Slayer's a decent mid. Speaking of mid, now over here in the mid, we gotta have the first blood! As we do have Betch going down. I wonder if his name is supposed to sound like bitch, but Betch going down, as he was the first blood, the dismented shaman himself, and now it looks like big damage going down. Look at the body blocking going on for Pinor. I guess right now tSFg is kind of a little pissed at Pinor. He was the Mage Bane last game, and you know, if they could have any hero dead for that first shot, it should be them. So kind of very similar to game number 1, we do see 2 kills right off the bat for SureFire Gaming, so very reminiscent. Hope that the ending doesn't go very reminiscent, else this is going to be a quick win here for WASP. But what do we got for lanes here, Simba?
For lanes, well, we got Flint Beastwood versus Soulstealer mid, and that's going to be kind of a problem for Flint because he's missing a lot of the early CS, and if you'll see, Soulstealer's already got more minimum damage than Flint has maximum damage. That's going to put him in a bit of a predicament, even if Flint does have like the most ridiculous attack animation of anyone ever. And yeah, dual tri-lane bot looks like Demented Shaman, Legionnaire, and Andromeda, a really powerful melee physical centric lane there. Bubble soloing top versus Pharaoh soloing top, and I suspect that's going to be a lot of well, not really too much going on there, because until about 5 or so, Bubbles won't really be able to do much to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh certainly won't be able to chase down a Bubbles.
Not until
so I suspect most of the action is going to be down bot.
Yep, I'm going to go with that as well. Yeah, so we do have the Witch Slayer, the Glacius. They are supporting this Forsaken Archer for that tri-lane. And, I mean, a Forsaken Archer tri-lane, this is a triple range. Let's say it all together. Triple range tri-lane. And that's going to be putting, you know, this Legionnaire, he's going to have to really, you know, keep on his toes. He does want to go in right now, but again, he's still level 1, no taunt. This is the big problem of tri-lanes. Of course, you split the experience in extra ways, like having a whole pie to yourself, and then of course, 2/3 of your pie is now missing because it's now divided in 3. So right now, Legionnaire, he does have an Iron Buckler and a Logger's Hatchet. A pretty standard opening for him as well. Up top, we do have Bubbles, and Pharaoh not going to be doing anything at all, as they're just going to run away. And right now, Soulsteer is going to be putting the hurt down here on Flint Beastwood. I never actually looked at that auto attack damage, but you are kind of right. 63 to 69 on the Soulsteer, 49 to 55 on the Flint Beastwood. Look at him get chased out of lane like that. Maybe a little bit of overextension. That tower, oh no, the tower is not actually going to be attacking him. That's not too bad at all. Down south, lots of action going on. Pinor is going to be not going down. No, he's going to be going down, as well as the Forsaken Archer and the Witch Slayer. So 2-for-1 exchange there, and I guess Glacius is going to be inheriting the Earth for that. Up top, again, Pharaoh and Bubbles just going back and forth. Nothing's really going to happen there, and I don't know. I think I have some room to breathe here.
Yeah, take a few deep breaths while you still can. And Pharaoh almost catching that Bubbles. Bubbles finding himself with his nuke down and no mana, which could have been serious if Pharaoh had just gotten a little bit closer to him. Would have caught him in there. Might have been a dead Bubbles, but ended up just pushing him into the trees. Still burn a little bit of mana, so not a complete waste. But yeah, they're up there. Not too much going on. Down bot. Got a little bit of harass, which is something DS excels at. Demented Shaman, especially with, you know, I've said it before, negative armor. I'm a big fan of armor in this game. Like negative armor, positive armor, armor in general. I think it's just generally underrated. And that -3 armor on Andromeda's Aurora, which people do max Aurora now, which, I mean, you know, obviously I'm not the only one who realizes the merits of armor. I'm not trying to say I am. But anyways, Aurora, really good. -3 armor, Demented Shaman, hits for 66 damage, and his animation's quite good. He can walk people down very well. So, yes, harassive lane. That was okay.
That was okay. Maybe walking down the aisle here, Legionnaire, but no, I mean, like, the whole bottom tri-lane is centered around that negative armor. I mean, once we get level 6 on the Demented Shaman, that's another, what, like, -20 armor, or something silly like that. -12. Or so. I don't know. It doesn't actually say on the tooltip. I like how you say there's nothing going on, totally glossing over the fact that Flint Beastwood died mid, but that's nothing really special because he's probably not going to win this mid against a Soulsteer. Soulsteer already level 6. Big time Slicks player right here from Deal With It. And right now, totally winning that lane completely and utterly. Like, right now he has 28 creep kills. How many does Flint have? 9. Oops.
Flint getting away with 3 HP on those nice raises, but he got a bottle drink off in between 2 of them. Just barely cutting it real close, and Soulstealer gets away with 2 HP or so as a result. But he's still got some Runes of Blight. Probably get the next rune, so that should keep him in the lane, and he still does have a full level advantage, and possibly a little bit more than that. Still, tons of damage, and we are paused. Wow, oh, unpausing. Alright.
Yep, Pinor had a phone call or something, and then it's like, oh, wrong number. Like, okay, fine, sure. Pharaoh trapping that Bubbles in that mummy wall, but I don't quite think that's going to be enough. The Snot Rocket going out doing a lot of damage, but of course, now that it's down, he can't really do anything else to a Bubbles that could just run away. Level 5 is both top heroes, so they're both level 5 right now. They're going back and forth. Oh god, what happened down south? It does look like Legionnaire. Kiss of death to Chicanery, or Chickenry, or Old Man Word, whatever it is. And he goes down. That Forsaken Archer, which is unfortunate, because you really want that Forsaken Archer to get all that farm, and unfortunately it looked like he died. So the triple range tri-lane, say that 10 times fast, not doing the best of work down south at all. Maybe even going to be picking up a kill here on the Andromeda. Andromeda, however, has boots, because we have a 2,000 gold lead here for the Legion, and part of that went to Andromeda for boots.
There's a little bit of action going on up top. Pharaoh hits 6, but just when he hits 6, there's a Bubbles with 180 something HP, enough that he could rocket an ult. Unfortunately, Bubbles got his bottle to him in time. Looks like he's ferrying it back and forth on the Crow. because Soul Stealer certainly doesn't need any help in middle. And so he healed up a bit, and looks like Pharaoh's heading off down to gank Soul Stealer. This could be very bad for Soul Stealer. He gets ulted, he gets caught, he gets ulted, and he is dead. Boom, headshot.
And while all that was going down, we did rack up another 2 kills here down south with Pinor and Nom Nom, and whoever Demented Shaman is Betch. Oh yeah, that's right, because he was first blood. And yeah, we were able to clean up both the Glacius as well as the Witch Slayer. I thought it was a little comedic kind of run. Almost you need, like, you know, that kind of chase music that you see on clown cars, because it was fun to watch. Pinor finally going down to this combination graveyard stun as well as the Forsaken Archer crippling volley. So a 6-5 score here at 7 minutes 45 seconds right now. Wasp slightly in the lead, 1200, 1100, okay fine, 1000 experience and 2100 gold, as that number really didn't want to stay solidified. And right now it looks like just you know, business as usual. Level 7 is the top level, shared by 3 heroes. And down in this mid, Soulsteer could be in for some hurt. And by that I mean Flint Beastwood, because there's a Bubbles there, and the Bubbles gets the ultimate off, and now he's going to get off the Demon Hands, and oh, that's just nasty.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. I mean, you can't just be back all the time. And Bubbles grabbed that Invis rune basically right out from under Flint's nose, and Flint didn't notice because he was still too far away. It's just unfortunate, you know. Sometimes that stuff happens, and it looks like we got a little bit of action about to happen in mid. Glacius sitting back, Witch Slayer hiding in the trees. I don't know if they even have enough to kill this Soul Stealer.
Yeah, I think they have enough, but right now Witch Slayer has to come up and catch him at the rune. Not gonna happen. Oh, he is gonna cut out. No, it's too smart for that. Slicks, you are a slick guy. And yeah, that's not gonna be enough nearly at all. So yeah, quite correct. Not gonna be enough, but I do find it funny. Both support came mid to cover the Flint lane, and that's gonna put, like, in fact, we even have Forsaken Archer going mid, and that's going to be putting this into a free lane kind of idea here down south. And if there's anything I've noticed in all my months of casting, you do not want to give your enemy a free lane at any time you can. It does look like Witchslayer will be returning. I wonder if he's going to be the solo, because maybe Flint, maybe he's just not confident enough to go here in this mid up against this Soulsteer. I mean, right now, as we said, 50 creep kills for Soulsteer. Slicks, you know, 300 gold a minute. Right now, Class playing that Flint Beastwood, he's only at 22. That's less than half that farm, 170 gold a minute. So, yeah, maybe he needs a little bit of help, because we do see Glacius hanging around.
We do. I mean, it's not really surprising that, you know, bot lane's kind of tough for them to live. They don't really have the burst in a tri-lane to deal with a Demented Shaman's heal is the problem, because the only thing they can really burst down is the Legionnaire. You can't try to focus the Andro or the Demented Shaman. They're too far back, and Legionnaire is just a wall. You know, you try to run by him, you get taunted on the creep wave, and so yeah, it's trouble for them. They had a bit of trouble with it, and Flint had a bit of trouble with mid, so they just kind of mixed it up, see what they can do. Maybe try to stop this Soul Stealer from getting his blink and his BKB too quickly, which he is only at 700 gold right now, but he does have Steam Boots, a Chalice, and a Bottle. So his farm is certainly not going to be slow. Action going on up top. Glacius versus Bubbles. Glacius with the hold, but he's going to get tapped by the edge of the ult and killed anyways. Will Bubbles live? He goes to hide in the trees. And they find him.
Wait, wasn't there an ultimate from Flint? Where'd it go? Well, I guess he canceled it.
No, Flint did. Yes.
See, I had a headshot joke lined up, but alas, didn't work. So a little bit of a snot shot here in the mid, but we do have the 2 support from down south. I think they finally figured out it's a free lane. There's nothing there to stop them. It does look like Pharaoh going to be coming in. Demented Sham is going to be paying the price. Go back to your bottom lane is what he's saying to him. It looks like the tower will live to see another day, but it is deniable. It's 4 hit points in. It is deniable. I'm not too sure they know that, but I don't know. Would you deny a 126 hit point tower?
Oh, absolutely. Like a first tower like this, I mean, you don't really have to deny it right away because you can't this early with any hero really go back there and try to take out 126 hit points. That's 4 attacks, you know. 4 attacks is enough time for somebody to TP in. And it's probably even more than 4 attacks. Still, it's time for somebody to TP in. And if you're tanking the tower while you're trying to trade blows with it and someone TPs in, no dice. However, I like to play it safe rather than sorry, so I probably would have denied it. That's just me.
This is something I saw a little bit earlier, but the bottom tri-lane was actually roaming around a triple stacked jungle, which is exactly what Legionnaire is doing right now. That whirring blade of his is quite the farming mechanism, and I mean, we do have some respawn creeps now, and they're probably going to get triple stacked again, which is going to probably start snowballing Legionnaire into some kind of really big powerhouse. I mean, all these triple stacked creeps, and as well as, you know, just a single lane for himself. I mean, that's really going to start hurting. And what does he have on a bird? He has himself a portal key. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, I find it pretty surprising that he bought the portal key from the bird when he was farming bottom lane, you know, only like 10 steps away from that outpost.
Yeah, that's true.
It seems just kind of a
lazy.
wasteful use of the bird, I suppose. Lazy, there you go.
Alright, here we go. He's going to use it to
But a portal
great
key-
effect. Jump into the Pharaoh! And Pharaoh just, wow, he got decapitated. But, oh, look at this tower. Tower's not... Oh, yeah, tower killed him. Awesome. Tower got down Pinor, and it does look like the tower was destroyed by Slicks, even picking up a kill there on that Witch Slayer. Oh, look at the headshot go down on the turtle. Not going to be enough, though. 100 hit points, and I think that'll be it.
Yeah, I believe the words I used were better safe than sorry, and I guess they're sorry now, because that tower went down. No deny. That's unfortunate. I mean, you really do want to leave it up sometimes, because it is nice to have that vision and that lane control, because sometimes you don't want to push it back too far. You don't want the creep waves to move too much, but generally it's better to just take it out when you can, because you never know how the game's going to go.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Portal Key now on Soul Steer. They're making it a dual Portal Key team. That's going to be huge, especially with the mobility afforded there by the turtle. Speaking of top lane, because he was top lane, Legionnaire takes out Chicanery. That Forsaken Archer, and oh, look at that, the Graveyard Stun actually not going to be grabbing a swapped to safety. Pinor is definitely a high asset item at this point. Now Pharaoh has to get out of there, and ooh, gutsy move there by the Legionnaire. gutsy, gutsy, gutsy. But hey, look at that, we got a Flint Beast Wit up top as well, and oh, what's going on? Witch Slayer is going to get out of there. He's going to be fine. No, by that I mean he's dead. And right now, oh, come on, get the Andromeda, get the Andromeda. Not going to happen. The Flint Beastwood goes down so very quickly to this focus group, and oh, even taking out the Pharaoh. Not looking good right now for Team SureFire. Not looking good at all.
That rocket that Pharaoh shot missed Andromeda by just a hair. Just a hair. And it looks like top tower might get taken down if they decide to be aggressive with it. FA's farming the jungle. She doesn't look like she even wants to try to stop it.
Jester, can you enter chat?
1 second. Be right back.
And we have started the game back up.
Yay! Sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for all that, Simba. I like numbers. People like numbers. In fact, there's a whole song about numbers. But anyways, that is enough of that. So yeah, we do have people just kind of sitting back, jungling, and big kill advantage right now to WASP. Kind of what we saw by the end of the first game, isn't it? Like, it just kind of snowballed.
Yeah, it is. But this time, tSFg, they do have a significantly stronger late game with FA, who's sort of a pseudo carry, probably on the same level as Soul Stealer in terms of carry potential. Maybe a bit harder of a carry, I suppose, is the term to use. And Flint, who is nothing but a hard carry. You know, there's no way around it. So we'll see if they can turn this around and drag it on long enough to make a difference. A bit of action going on middle. Soul Stealer, or Pharaoh catching someone. Soul Stealer ulting in, getting a real good ult off, but he's trapped behind the trees. Will he go down? He goes down to a headshot.
Fabulous. Yep, good stuff. So not exactly the best in terms of initiation there. We did have Andromeda just stun the Pharaoh, who threw up his mummy wall as quick as he could, and that kind of just snowballed into a bad thing happening there. So Legionnaire is saying hello to Flint Beastwood, but he's going to have to be very careful because he might just portal key right back on top of Flint. And of course, you know, Flint, he's not the most beefiest of characters, almost not even 800 hit points. And I mean, we are only 17 minutes into this game. Sure, fine. And he might get tanky by the end of it, but right now I do think, even with that low hit points, I do think Legionnaire could probably eat him for breakfast. But he's not going to be eating these Ancients for breakfast. Oh, he might! No! I don't know what that was about.
That's always embarrassing, dying to the neutral creeps. I know everyone in any game where that's ever happened, you just kind of like, oh man, I hope nobody's looking at the scoreboard right now, because it always gets a laugh. It always does. And it looks like tSFg is going to go try to take out Kongor. Wonder if they can do it without being spotted. Looks like we got yellow pinging up towards top tower, so maybe they will be uncontested.
Well, the warding situation in this game has been erratic at best. I mean, we've seen some wards in some really weird spots, including up right now, that top tower. But yeah, they don't have anything here for the Kongor, and that's really going to put him in a good spot. Notice how Pharaoh's tanking this like a pro. He's going to use that Hellfire as best he can. That's going to keep the auto attack actually from landing. And look at that, even using a bottle, he's that confident. Yeah, Hellfire, God's greatest gift to Pharaoh, as it really destroys Kongors.
Yeah, it definitely does. Also destroys some really longer attack animations. It's always fun when you ult in on, say, a Deadwood or something. Start pop off Hellfire, and Deadwood just sits there going hoorah, 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 and can't get his ult off. Soul Stealer ult as well, yes. Which is more pertinent to this game than a Deadwood, but
a little bit. Would also be very good against Glacius, except that he's on the same team, so never mind. And oh, what's going on? We do got negative armor going up. Holy crow, he died really fast. And right now, yeah, fine, you got a token, that's awesome, you still go down really fast. Oh, maybe even a little bit of side collateral damage. The Man of Ice goes down. Glacius does look like Forsaken Archer is in a lot of trouble, but out goes that portal key, and is trying to just kite him right now. This is most likely going to be a 4-hero death. Boom! Right there, hat trick Slicks, as the flamboyant announcer. Wow, genocide! Didn't see that, but flamboyant announcer says it really well. I don't know what he said, but it's a hat trick. So.
Yes, he did.
It's a
and it looks like Legionnaire's over there. Legionnaire's over there picking up his helmet of the Black Legion, because this gold advantage just keeps on climbing, and that's not looking too good for tSFg right now.
No.
And they're
no,
gonna
it's
take.
not. Sorry.
You go ahead. I was just gonna say they're taking this tower down. Doesn't look like they're gonna be stopped. TP in, but it's too late to catch it. Oh, is it too late? It is Pharaoh, and they're not gonna go on him. So tower and back.
So apparently there was a comment a little bit earlier. Apparently there was an Andromeda using a gem to counter ward. So I don't know where the gem is now. There it is. It's on Andromeda because it was on the Birdie. Birdie can go invincible. Andromeda can't. But yeah, I mean, as I said a little bit earlier, the warding has been erratic at best. It hasn't been up 100%. But Nom Nom up here has 2 wards, keeping this jungle very, very in sight of everyone, and that's really going to start hurting this Hellborn team. Not that they're already far enough into the hole right now. 11,000 experience, 16,000 gold, and it's only 21 minutes into the game. They've pushed top lane all the way up to base. They've pushed both the extraneous towers here in the top as well as the bottom, and right now they still have all theirs up. 11 towers up for Legion, and they're almost pristine. The only one with damage is the top one. It's really not that much damage either. So, I don't know. We don't see that Legionnaire pick that often. I think it's working really good for them.
It definitely is paying off for him. And one thing I want to comment on is this Legionnaire is pinging their ward spots very accurately. I'm not sure if he saw him place them or if he's just, you know, got their mentality down. But either way, he's basically a walking counter ward right now. And an Andro with the or I guess, well, the chicken with the Gem of True Sight to toss it off to everyone is just a little mobile walking ward countering machine. So very effective overall.
Not any defense being mounted here for this top tower. Slicks is just kind of destroying them. 2 Demon Hands for the creep wave. He just goes right back to the tower. Easy, yeah, he'll tank it. He has a Null Stone, so he's not really that afraid of anything at this point. And just look at Bubbles, yet another portal key. So the Bubbles ultimate, the Bubbles take cover combo with the portal key. This is Team Mobile version 3. I really gotta say, 3 portal keys on a team this mobile, and yeah, it's really showing. I mean, right now, tSFg, they're kind of afraid to leave their base even.
Yeah, you're definitely right, because we've got so much burst, and I mean, they're so out-leveled, too, is a problem. You got 12, Soul Stealer 17, Legionnaires 12, and we've got 12, 11, 8, 9, 11. So, on the whole, we got about 2 or 3 levels over on average per player, and that's gonna prove really well, it has proved really problematic, and it's gonna keep proving problematic as much, if not more so, than the 20,000 gold gap that is almost double gold for the WASP team.
Yes, that's a lot of gold. Right now, I mean, right now we do have Legion. They're going to be coming up here. They're going to be taking this tower almost virtually defenseless. Look at this Andromeda. So brave. I mean, right now, I mean, she's pretty sure she can't die, but so brave. I mean, you don't throw your squishies out first like that. But scouting complete. We've noticed there's no hero here. Hey, look, there's a Pink up top. Does Pink have a Homecoming Stone? Yes, he does. He is a good player. He does have that Homecoming Stone. Right now, though, I mean, as long as Pink's up there, why not push this bottom tower? At least that would be my mentality. And, you know, a little bit of going down. Oh, look at that. The portal key going in. Legionnaire getting the taunt off. Oh, great ultimate there from Slicks. Going to be grabbing that kill from the Flint Beastwood. Out goes the Bubbles ultimate. That's going to be a Demon Net. Double Demon Hand for a hat trick. It's another 3-way. This Soul Steer is just a swinger as he picks up all these kills. And is just going to portal key out. Not looking good yet again for tSFg.
No, it's not. Double damage Soul Stealer taking a third of Witch's HP in a hit, a third of Glacius's HP in a hit, and there's really only so much you can, you know, do as one of those supports against that. You know, you got your 8 seconds to disable or however much disable you have, and then you're just a sitting duck to a 300 damage blinking Soul Stealer, and it's unfortunate for you, but you're dead.
I've noticed that a lot of these fights are really coming down to the initiation aspect of the Legion, and I mean, right now that you got to attest it to 2 factors: 3 portal keys plus a swap from Andro just to make things fun, as well as, I mean, the Legionnaire. He just jumps in, he's fully armored and hit pointed up. Sure, fine. Taunt, blades, decapitate. That just gives you enough time, as you can tell, to just have this Soul Steer jump in, throw down an ultimate, pick up a few kills along the way. So just massive amounts of initiation coming out of Legion, and I gotta say, I mean, it's working really well for them. Good picks overall for them.
Yeah, definitely good picks. I mean, I almost, at the start of the game, I expected it would be tSFg doing most of the initiating, because, you know, they got a Pharaoh, you block half their team off with the Mummy Wall, and then they got Glacius and Witch to follow it up with Flint sitting way back, sniping everyone off, and FA. You know, FA's ult has, what, 2,000 range or something ridiculous like that, so. But it didn't turn out too well for him, because like you have said, those blinks have really, really made it difficult. And Slicks picking up another kill with the DD bot, killing Flint, and, you know, not even breaking a sweat.
No, double damage, and then now a shrunken head to go with it. Let's just do a quick item call everywhere else. I don't know what Legionnaire's saving up for. He has 2,600 gold, but likely it's going to be a shrunken head as well. Slicks is being slick. We do have a tablet of command here on Betch, and Nom Nom has an Astrolabe. Woo, yay, great. Bubbles there. Has himself a Blessed Orb as well as that Portal Key, so likely going for a Nullstone as well, just to, you know, create the icing on the top of the cake at this point. But overall, a very hard team to contend with right now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if tSFG is going to be able to turn this around. I mean, it's going to be a heroic effort if they do, and quite frankly, it would make one of the most I guess, exciting turnarounds that I've seen personally in ever, because this is such a stacked game currently. They've got to climb up a huge hill, that same hill that WASP was rolling down at the end of last game. They got to climb it the other way now, if that makes any sense.
And back in my day, we always had to go uphill both ways. Yeah, that kind of idea. Right now, yeah, WASP, very good position. I mean, tSFG, they can't exactly leave their base. They're going to put down the hurt, a little bit of harass. They've already lost that bottom lane. Defensive tower in the mid. Come on, Glyph. There goes the Glyph. 71 hit points. It's still going down right now, but there goes the portal key from the Glacius, or from the Soulster. He doesn't even need to use anything. He just auto-attack these guys down. 2 kills picked up right there. The bubbles, and woohoo! A double tap coming out for Slicks, and that's 4 dead heroes. Just like that. Blink of an eye. G to the G. Thanks, Bob, for the win. That's gonna, yeah, I think it's pretty accurate, I think.
Yeah, champion of New Earth on that Slicks. Not too much to do, and that wasn't very surprising. Not after. Well, I mean, the game was surprising, but I mean that concede right there. That was not a surprising move. After you lose 2 Araxes before 30 minutes, and yeah, it looks like WASP managed to do what tSFG tried to do last game with a push strat. Only they did it with a really mobile sort of mid-game carry strat.
It worked. That's all that matters. So
it did.
Game number 2 now done. WASP taking the series. Pretty sure it's a best-of-3 series, and that's going to mean that WASP is going to be the grand champions. They, as I said before, they did lose to SureFire Gaming in the round of 16, like not even the quarterfinals. They got booted out of the winners bracket, but they have a funky kind of system. It's actually quite interesting trying to read their graphic, but at the same time, I mean, all they needed to do was win one more game. They got here to the finals and just completely took tSFG out of the running here. So congratulations to WASP, the Australian CyberGamer Open Ladder, I think it's season 1 tournament winners, and I don't know how much they get, but they deserve it after showing good skills like that.
They definitely do. They showed they know how to turtle and they know how to play aggressively. And, well, all we haven't seen is a push strat, but basically turtling and aggressive, those are the 2 sides of the coins of Heroes of New Earth, the Heroes of New Earth coin. And so, yeah, it's a very versatile team, it seems.
Just trying to confirm it's best of 3. It's best of 3, right? Best of 3? Best of 3? Nobody?
Yes.
Okay, great. Best of 3. So, this was game coverage by GameReplays.org in association with the CyberGamer Ladder. Thank you for their admins for extending the invite for the casting. It was a blast here at 5 in the morning. 4 in the morning your time, of course, Simba. But good game, well played. Pretty sure the Australian team WASP, or at least the Oceanic team WASP, will be sleeping very nicely on their new pile of money tonight. And that will be that. So I'm the Four Court Jester, GameReplays.org. Hit us up on HoNReplays.org or the HoN Replays Twitter. We do have Snoopy streaming through Owned. And Simba, thank you for joining me here on the mic, sir. It was a pleasure.
No problem. I had fun too.
Alright, so that's all for us, folks. Subscribe, listen, learn, come see us on the forums. It's always a pleasure, and we'll catch you later.